With the rules of the Citizenship Amendment Act being notified yesterday, the government has expedited the process of granting Indian citizenship to non-Muslim communities from India's neighborhood countries of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and also Bangladesh. Now, this is a politically controversial topic. CAA has been a political flashpoint in India. We've seen large-scale nationwide protests happening in 2019, before COVID. Some of it also led to the Northeast Delhi riots in which 53 people were dead. So a lot of things have happened in 2019 and 2020. But now, with the rules getting notified, CAA has become a reality. Now, Parliament rules actually say that when a legislation gets a presidential nod, the rules have to be notified in 6 months. Now, the government has been very careful and has been very mindful of the sensitivities that are involved in CAA, and that is why it's taken over 4 years, and in fact, it has gone beyond 8 extensions to get these rules formulated. But these rules are firmly in place now, and if you look at the rules, there have been major changes in the sense, now a migrant, now an undocumented immigrant from Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Afghanistan who does not come from the Muslim community, who comes from Hindu, Parsi, Sikh, Jain, and Buddhist community, will no longer need to prove himself with a passport. He could just have any document. In fact, these documents could actually pertain to his great grandfather. He just doesn't even need a passport. He just needs to just have some of his travel documents, and he has to just prove that he had actually come to India before 2015, and he could be granted Indian citizenship. Now, a portal has also been put in place. That is what the government has told us, and this portal has also expedited the process of granting Indian citizenship to these communities. Now, this is ideological commitment by not just the BJP but also the government. The government has been talking about CAA being a humanitarian issue. It has talked about how India is the mother country of several persecuted minorities across the world, especially those who belong to religions that originated in India. Now, going back to M.S. Golwalkar and Veer Savarkar, who have talked about motherland and Pitrubhumi, these are religions that originated in India, and that is why this is India actually granting Indian citizenship to any persecuted minority across Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Afghanistan, provided they are not Muslims. But a part of CAA is already in implementation. There are about 9 states where the government has actually given this leeway for the district magistrate or the chief secretary to actually give Indian citizenship to these communities, immigrants from these communities. And these states also include, bordering states such as states which share border with Pakistan and other countries like Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Delhi, and several others. Now, 34 DMs are also, capable of giving citizenship to some of these communities, but there's a process to that. But now the process has been sort of made easier, is what we understand. In fact, earlier in the 1955 Act of Indian Citizenship, an immigrant or an undocumented immigrant will have to spend at least 11 years in India to get Indian citizenship. Now, that number has been reduced to 5 years. Now, this also is a problem only in some states like Assam, in which the whole concept of Dharti Putra or the Aksomya sentiment comes in place. Now, Assam Accord of 1985 was brought in after years of struggle by Assamese people that put Assamese identity at the center of citizenship, and their war and their battle was against the Bangladeshi immigrants that they felt was taking away not just their livelihoods but also their land. That is why CAA is a contentious issue in the land of Assam, but in the state of Bengal, it's completely different, because the Namashudra or the Matua community or the Dalit community, that reside in South Bengal and also parts of North Bengal, they have been demanding CAA for a long time, which is why the party is also, BJP is also looking at it politically, not just ideologically. While it says that it's a civilization commitment for the party, it also stands to gain with some of these Namashudra communities, actually making BJP their preferred party, for the long term, even in Bengal. As far as Assam is concerned, what we understand from government sources is that marathon meetings are happening to keep protests under check. In fact, even in Delhi, in Shaheen Bagh and several other places, we saw flag marches happening yesterday. The government is very aware of the sensitivities which are involved. Talking about the politics of it, several state governments, at least 6 of them, which when opposition ruled in 2019, actually brought in lots of resolutions in their assemblies opposing the CAA. But now BJP is in power in more or less, all states except a few, which is why the party and the centre are far more confident of sort of dealing with this politically. Mamata Banerjee of the TMC has made it very clear that she will oppose CAA to the nail, but a lot of other parties in the wake of Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya are also very anxious and apprehensive of being seen as appeasing Muslims. Elections are just about a month away, which is why this introduction of CAA rules, actually in some ways changes the discourse of 2024 with the BJP gaining momentum.